Hello, my loves. Okay. Well, I elected to not do a Lunar Living video for the eclipse and the full moon in Scorpio. I was not comfortable with the energy. I have had a lot of internal things being brought to the surface. I have had to do a lot of shadow work and really work through my own stuff. And so I grappled with whether I should do some sort of announcement that I wasn't going to do it, but I don't have a community page because, you know, my channel is still growing. And today, this morning, I woke up and for the first time in quite a while, I felt really good, like emotionally settled and open. I did a lot of journaling last night. It was really good for me. But I was sitting and I'm a Patreon for a reader on YouTube, Rosology. If you don't know her work, she's phenomenal, and her Patreon has been nothing but deeply, deeply helpful for me. Anyway, I'm not sponsored by her or anything, don't worry. I was watching her Collective Celtic Cross reading that she has for her patrons, and one of the things that really struck me that resonated really deeply related to the new moon in Taurus and, you know, the struggles that we have been going through, that we've been doing for so long, that we just have hit a point of, I've been trying to fix this forever. I don't know how to fix this, so I'm not even going to try anymore. And I myself have experienced that. But there's also something with this full moon that I wanted to share with you guys, and the full moon is actually today, at least for my time zone. It's kind of auspicious for me. I'm in Central Time, and at my exact location, it will be culminating at 11:11 p.m., which is a hugely spiritual sign of new beginnings and new ways forward. I absolutely love that. So if you want to glom onto the energy, go for it. The energy here is astounding. However, I don't want to go too deep into it, because I think this is one of those moons that is going to impact each and every one of us in a very, very unique, very specific, very personal manner. What I do want to do, and call it shameless self-plugging if you will, however, sometimes, actually, not even sometimes, I have published 4 books, and my first 2, once they were done and into the world, I have not looked at them again. The Pluto retrograde book I use as the transits hit, but something about when I got my author copy of Something Spiritually Catchy, my guides were like, you need to reread this. There's going to be important little snippets in there for you moving forward. And it has been something that has illuminated a lot as this energy has worked in, and all these old insecurities that I thought I had healed are bubbling to the surface again and coming out and saying, okay, can you take a look and make sure that you're integrating completely, that you are knowing who you are and knowing what you're doing and trusting yourself. And that is something that I'm working through. As I was working through, you know, reading the daily section for myself of Something Spiritually Catchy, there was a section that hit so hard that I literally heard, share this. So here's the book. And I know it's backwards because I'm using my front-facing camera. Don't mind my dirty door behind me. I have dogs. It is the springtime, which means it's been raining continually. And there's no getting it clean on a regular basis. That's for like end of spring, early summer, I do an overhaul. So that's me just wanting to clarify. But throughout this book, one of the things that I did as I was going through edits was I started utilizing something that I do when I am doing shadow work, and they're called of notes. So an of note is a portion that I utilize when I'm doing any kind of journaling or shadow work or doing any kind of self-help work for myself, where there's this flash of realization about my worth, about the way my brain is or the way that my shadows are off kilter and impacting how I think about myself or my situation, that don't accurately reflect the situation or who I am. So I will do an asterisk and I'll put of note, and then I will just pour it all out, because when I do that, I catch my brain before it has a chance to backtrack itself, before it has a chance to justify what it's thinking, before it has an opportunity to say anything to like ignore it or repress it again. I will catch myself before I can trick myself, because, you know, our brains like to trick us. And in doing so, I am able to, you know, have a better grasp of what's going on. So this of note is in the middle of a section called noise canceling bullshit. And it's about the background noise in the world of all the people who tell us what we have to believe and what we have to do and what's right for us, and don't take it seriously what they're saying to the world, because they're creating illusions that can actually damage other people's lives. And responsibility and spiritual responsibility is something I take very seriously. It's something that I hold in high esteem, and I hold myself to a very high standard. As your guys' reader, I hold myself to a very high standard of what I present to you, because I know what it's like to be somebody who is being read for and to feel as though what I just heard goes against every fiber of my being. It goes against my heart. It goes against my intuition, even if it's a collective reading or if it's a personal reading even. And having to discern whether this person's interpretation is what I want to accept or if I want to trust myself. So this is the section that I'm writing, and I want to share this of note with you all. So it says, of note, as I was re-editing, it's not a one and done kind of process. I find myself contemplating another truth of mine. Truth, personal truths, they are changeable. Everything in the world is structured and built around two constants, change and love. I have changed my truth many times. I have learned what was necessary for a situation or a time in my life, and it served my growth. When the growth has come to an end, and I begin settling into this truth, this is the moment my guides always come in to help me see more. More is always going to be there, so perhaps it should be included in the list of constants. How ironic, right? I just stated a truth of two constants, yet discovered a third. This is the exact nature of truth. Truth is always going to be subject to change. It changes as we do. When we hold to a truth that is nothing more or less than a lie, even if it did not start out that way, we choose. Are we going to keep holding on to it, or are we going to allow for change to occur and more to come in? I choose change. I choose more every time. So the biggest reason why my guides were like, you need to share this, which I wasn't going to ever do another spiritual like guidance video like this. The biggest reason is because with this full moon and the full lunar or the total lunar eclipse going on in Scorpio, the South Node being in Scorpio, these past issues, these past things that we still have been holding on to, it's time for an allowance for change. And we can fight change way too much. We can say, I really want my life to change, but internally we're saying I'm afraid of it, and therefore what we say and what we do are not in alignment. This is the moon to really allow the energies to come in, to pull those things out and to let yourself see them. Deal with them however it is that you deal with them, but let yourself actually truly deal with them. there's a lot of different interpretations. There are a lot of different ways of viewing these things. For me, I am always going to be the person that tells you to go to yourself first, that tells you to go internally first, because I 100% believe in the individual amongst the whole. I believe in the overwhelming benefit of healing oneself and the impact that that healing has on the whole. So as these things come up, as this energy culminates tonight, and then it will be dissipating dramatically over the next 2 days, and then kind of trickling between the full moon and the next new moon. That's why we have that third quarter moon in between, to reflect and to grow and to actually share or disseminate some of the things that we have learned, that we have taken to being how we're living our lives moving forward. When we go through this time, be more open to change. Be more open to any kind of change. But remember that change starts with each and every one of us. It starts internally first and foremost. And if you want more in your life, if you want more love, if you want more money, if you want more awareness, if you want more anything, you have to first understand that internally you have to see yourself, truly see yourself, and see how much more you contain within you. Because when you see the truth internally, that's when you see it reflected outside in your world around you. So as always, you guys, if this video resonated, please hit the like button, share it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my upcoming videos, which I have some really awesome ones planned for you guys because my guides popped in. Down in the description box, if you guys want to check out something spiritually catchy, I am going to link my Amazon author page down there, which has the list of all the books, and you can just click on something spiritually catchy from there. And then all the usual links for my program and everything like that will be down in that description box. So I want to thank you guys. I am sorry that this may be kind of a shock for what a Lunar Living video looks like, but I wasn't planning this. It just kind of came into my guidance area. So I love you all. I really, truly hope that you release from you all of those negative thoughts and beliefs about who you are and what you're capable of, and you really embrace the more that you are. And I will see you guys all next time. Bye.